Sound, Karma, Music, Podcast. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Welcome to Sound Karma's Song Spotlight, episode 60. I'm your host, Big Zach. This podcast is all about new music discovery. Our goal is to expose you to new music, new artists, new songs, and we cover all kinds of different music too, like rock and pop, R&B soul, EDM, electronic, rap, hip-hop, jazz, instrumental, alternative, indie, ambient, just about anything that you can think of. We love submissions, and if you're a solo artist or if you're in a band, if you're a fan of a particular song or a band, it doesn't matter. The best way to get it to us is on the submissions page at soundkarma.com. It's karma with an H. You can upload an MP3 and a picture or your bio or tell us your social links, whatever you want to do. And if we can spotlight you music, we will. We know that it's been a while. It's been a while since we posted our latest podcast, but there's been a lot of things that's been going on. First of all, we relocated. We went from Nashville to Southern California. We still have people in Nashville, but we took this part of the podcast out here to Southern California. We've upgraded some equipment, and then the coronavirus hit everywhere. And so we hope that you're okay. We hope that you're safe. We hope that your friends and family and loved ones are staying in and taking all the precautions that you need to. We're fine, and we hope you are too. In this week's podcast, we're spotlighting 27 new music releases, covering synth-pop, R&B soul, indie rock, pop, hard rock, indie pop, metal, singer-songwriter, rap hip-hop, house, electronic, alternative, and new age. I think that's all of them. All right, let's get to it. Enderbender is a new artist. Now, Enderbender is not a person's name. It's actually the solo project of Eddie Olquin. He's a multi-instrumentalist. His goal is to find the positive side of life, even when things get ugly, especially right now, with the way things are in the whole world. Even though we're in all kinds of different places around the world, we're all kind of coming from the same place, you know? Things are not exactly perfect right now. Well, this whole project started really literally from death's door. Eddie was a small business owner. He somehow found himself in the hospital in Los Angeles. Now, if you've ever been to LA before, a lot of people describe it as a city full of demons. He decided he needed to get to a more positive place, a place of love. He just felt that the energy in LA just wasn't doing it. So he literally moved, when he got out of the hospital, to Rome, Italy. He didn't care about the scene. He didn't care if, this is where all the cool people hang out. This is where all the cool bands are. He just wanted to get to a great place with great energy. And so that's why he picked Rome. And that's really the whole point. When you're in a great place, with positive energy and love and things like that, you can really be creative in different ways. He says, quote, "These songs are inspired by real life experiences, which I believe are relatable. However, I consciously try to project positive energy through every song, even if they're based on a painful or dark experience." This track is brand new. It's going to be on his full EP, which will be out on April 24th. This is Enderbender. The song is called Star Killer.
Star Killer, taking the light, taking what belongs to me. Dream Killer, taking what's mine. I shook it off, I thought to save my life. Come on down, everyone, you're welcome to crash here. We'll strip your soul down. Wow. Come on down, everyone, you're welcome to be who you wish.
Noel Gordon is an R&B soul singer from Brockton, Massachusetts. Although he's from Massachusetts, he ended up spending a lot of his summers in Mississippi. He describes himself as, quote, "city to the heart, but southern to the soul." So he started getting his singing bug while he was in church. From there, it expanded to larger audiences. He started getting to be, huge fans of people like Otis Redding. He listened to a lot of different kinds of music, which is what makes him so well-rounded when it comes to songwriting. He says, quote, "I grew up on music that had meaning, and it's still around today. Music was made in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. That's something that my father had me listening to. I just want to be a positive black role model as well as a role model for anyone, regardless of their ethnic background, as my music transcends across all color lines. It's really important for me to be respectful and have music that can speak to the masses, from a 2-year-old to your great-grandma. Musical integrity is extremely important to me. In 2004, he landed a track on the soundtrack for The Cookout. His first album came out in 2008. He's had a run of sold-out shows in the UK in 2012. This is his latest track. It's brand new. This is Noel Gordon, Lovin' Up You.
I ain't loving up no one but you. Baby, I swear to you, it's you. I ain't loving up no one but you. Nobody compares to you. Waking up next to you, yeah. Have to love it like we do.
Loud Forest is a husband-wife duo, Bernard and Rachel Chadwick. The band started when Bernard was in school. He was enrolled at the Art Center College of Design in Pasadena, California. He thought of it as a way for, quote, rock to fuse into art and art to fuse into rock. The great thing about Bernard and Rachel is that no matter how successful they are or how successful they're going to end up, they're always aware that this opportunity that they have is special. You know, they're not taking it for granted. They know that, they're aware of it going in. And, you know, not everyone gets to do something that they actually love, something that's creative, something that they were actually born to do, that calling in their soul. They're getting to do it, and they appreciate that. They made Apple Music's breaking alternative and alt-pop playlists. This is their latest track. This is Loud Forest. The song is called Miracle.
You can't make this up. You stole the color from the sun. When I heard your voice, all the fire was gone. You're not my first love, but now you're the only one. Did we fall in love when you knew it was wrong? Now you wanna give up. You think it's time to run. Love is a miracle.
Single by Sunday is one of these bands that has really done a grassroots effort to grow their fans. They released their first EP in 2015. The last 18 months, they've been touring pretty much nonstop. They've been on this college tour. And this is one of these things. These are the kinds of shows that really bring a band close to their fans. You know, when you're doing a college tour, it's not like you're in a stadium and there's this huge disconnect between the artist and the fans. When you do a college tour like this, it's really one of these things that's up close and personal, you know? You get to know the band and the band gets to know their fans. It's really something special in an artist's career. This is their latest. The video is really, really cool. This is one of these DIY types of projects. What they did is they invited fans to be in the video. Some of these fans traveled like 300 miles to do this. So, you know, it kind of goes back to that college tour thing where, you know, the fans were bonding with the band, and the band was bonding with the fans. To include that many fans in a video like this, you don't get something like that every day. 2020 is going to be a huge year for these guys. They've got a huge UK tour. That's going to be a huge deal. Single by Sunday, this is their brand new song called Debbie.
Debbie, why you gotta steal my money, honey? Debbie, why you gotta steal my money? Debbie, why you gotta steal my money, honey? Debbie, why you gotta steal my money?
Everybody knows the name Brian McKnight. He's obviously an iconic singer in the music industry. He's made music history, sold 25 million albums worldwide. We already know that he's a singer and a songwriter and a producer. But did you also know that Brian McKnight plays 9 instruments? He plays the piano, guitar, bass, drums, percussion, trombone, tuba, French horn, and the trumpet. He also did a run on Broadway, and now he's ready to release his 20th album this coming summer. He says it's going to be his last album of original material. The album itself is called Exodus. This is a brand new track from Brian McKnight. The song is called Nobody.
Nobody's hand but yours. You can believe for sure. I'll be nobody's man but yours. Baby, I'll kiss nobody else's lips. My command is your every wish. You can believe for sure. I'll be nobody's man but yours.
Another Day Dawns is a hard alternative rock band from Pennsylvania. They formed in 2010. And if you've listened to any of our podcasts before, we always say things like it takes 10 years to become an overnight success. So if this is the first time you've ever heard of Another Day Dawns, know that they've been doing this for a very long time. And they've had a lot of attention in the northeast part of the United States to the mid-Atlantic, that whole section of the country. Their latest song is called Beautiful Suicide. But don't think for a second that it has anything to do with actual suicide. Dakota Sean is the singer. He says, quote, "When we wrote the song, it had to deal with a political climate of fear and control. The song indirectly was written essentially how fragile everything is, and when it falls apart, it leaves anarchy. This day and age, with the current situations we have at hand, we thought it was best to have a video about what happens when fear and greed have taken control and how they prey on us." And the last couple of years, they've been playing all kinds of gigs. 2020 is going to be a huge year for Another Day Dawns. This track is brand new. It's from their EP Stranger. The song is called Beautiful Suicide.
Feel alive. You got the gun to our heads, but we're not gonna let you in. Now there's blood on our hands, but we're made to pretend we're fine. You told them I was contagious. You told them I was dangerous. You got the gun to our heads, but I'd rather take my life. A beautiful suicide.
Natalie Shea is a 21-year-old pop singer-songwriter from North London. The thing is, she's 21, so you think, okay, she sings a lot of bubblegum, poppy-like music and things that don't really have a whole lot of substance. That couldn't be further from the truth. Her music is mature, and yet it's raw at the same time. She is super loaded with natural talent, but it's not just about instincts. She's also studied music. She went to the prestigious Brit School. You don't just meander into the Brit School. You got to have a ton of natural talent to start with. She says, quote, "I love authentic 80s synth and drum sounds, but I also love modern pop vocal lines and effects. And of course, lots of guitars. I try to include a flavor of each of those things in my music. It was very important to me that all the songs had their own unique stamp and vibe, but still all fitted and worked together under the same project." Natalie Shea has sold out a couple of shows in 2019, which is fantastic. It was a big deal, but that's nothing compared to what she's going to do in 2020. This new track is emotional. It's real. It's authentic. The new EP is called Naked. It's got 5 tracks on it. It's going to be out on Friday, April 17th. This track is brand new. It's Natalie Shea. The song is called Owe It To You.
Do you deserve better? Should I walk away? 'Cause I can't stop thinking about the ones I can chase. Is it time to be the one that got away? Do I owe it to you? Do I owe it to you? You ask what I'm thinking about, can tell you what's on my mind. 'Cause right now it's only how I think I'm a waste of your time.
Our final featured song this week is from Bloodywood. They're an Indian folk metal group from New Delhi. And you think, Indian folk metal, what does that mean? Well, I can tell you they got a lot of stuff going on in their music. You know how like Linkin Park, they had that certain sound. You'd have spoken word, you'd have light melodies, you had hard guitars, all these different elements that were seemingly contradictory. All these things were in their music. Well, Bloodywood is kind of like that. They've got hard guitars, hard vocals, but they also have things like flute, light melodic piano breaks in the middle, especially with this track. They've got hip-hop vocals. They have a lot of stuff going on in their music. But the thing is, they're not just making music. They're making a difference in the world through like charitable actions and things like that. Listen to this. They funded an ambulance for a nonprofit animal shelter called the Posh Foundation. They're estimating that the new animal ambulance is going to save the lives of over 27,000 homeless animals. You don't do stuff like that to sell records or to sell albums or downloads or get fans or make money or get rich or get attention. You do things like that because you care. This song is called Yad. It's Hindi for remember or in memory. The track is about dealing with the death of a loved one and finding strength to move on. It's meant to celebrate people who have passed on and to celebrate like the influences they've had on our lives. You know, because we're all affected by people that we come in contact with. This track is available for download now. This is Bloodywood. The song is called Yad. Now here are this week's bonus tracks you need to check out. Glow Beats and Amy Broom, Love Me, Hate Me.
Do you love to hate me like? Do you hate to love me like? Do you love to hate me like? Love me, hate me, love me, hate me. Do you love to hate me like? Do you hate to love me like? Do you love to hate me like?
JR the Band, Good Gracious Love.
The day had come to walk away, just looking for some good, gracious love. You know I told you, love, we're driving my way or the highway until I find some good, gracious love. Look toward above, but I've been flipping through the pages, floating through the...
Marcelo Dice, Horses Running. Messer, Simple Man. Big Loser, Blisters.
But all the while I'm leaning in to where that pain begins. It's so hard to find a way to keep loving boys with smiles and girls with boys with the distance in between. But there are times we find the songs that bridge the old.
Ultra Eco, King of the Wild Things.
Seeing evil when I land on an island where the natives worship. Call you the king, that king of the wild things. They see your mind as a wild thing that grow like a long-haired garden under attack from Japanese knotweed. These thoughts are always spiraling, out of control alarmingly. When they drift to the dark and the angels fear the dread, that's why they call you the king, that king of the wild things in this wilderness where the light fade fast. But ting ain't afraid of that dark. Unchecked ball giving birth to nightmares. Seeds all sprouting, baby monsters on their way to committing acts so monstrous. You be that king, you're the king.
Bad, Dirty Laundry.
Look like a hot mess. Dress out that dirty laundry. I'm putting it all on the line. Telling me hands are tied. Can't you love me in my dirty laundry? I got my secrets and you got them too. I know you do. Why keep it clean when we can get dirty too? Baby, do you want me?
Slave Revolt, Devil in Jeans.
When they find the truth, they'll put you down. Right in a cage of your emptiness, a shell walking around, piercing the horizon where the sunset meets the sand. I'll be out there waiting.
Ratchet Dolls, Parasite.
She's undercover again. Psyching the life away. Could it be a mistake? 'Cause I want you to stay. Right If I am dead to you, why did you come back for more? If I come back for
Louis LaRoche featuring Hetty, Dive.
Tell me what you're waiting for. You don't need a green light. Got something that you can't ignore. You're too afraid to make the dive. Tell me what you're waiting for. I've got nothing left to hide. You know what you're longing for. Don't be afraid to make the
Funkinson, You Got It. Rhythm, Colors.
Many shades of you, orange, yellow, blue, like a dream come true. So many shades of we, eyes are all I see while we watch the sunset on your roof. We watched it on your roof. You make my dreams come true. It's the many shades of
The Burma, Same Again, Quicksand.
Do you remember the days that we were lost in the soft and sunny cool embrace? Is it a little too real for you? We're so far from where we thought we were headed to, and all I want is to say again.
Stephen Spies, Chameleon.
Trust me now, if you were ever gonna see all those voices in my sleep, from a dangerous make-believe. Now if I hear them right and understand what they are saying, I don't like the rules you're making. You're not gonna get control of me.
The Hunters, Locked and Loaded.
Tonight we're ready to run. Aiming at the bullseye, watching the bullets fly. Always stay focused, baby. You know this is backwoods crazy. Locked and loaded, always stay focused, baby. You know this.
The Plastic Pals, Plastic Pal.
I'm cruising through this galaxy for some money in my tip jar. Artificial intelligence sex dolls, self-driving cars. I need a better option than stumbling home from the bars. I'm your plastic pal who's fun to be with. I know you, but you know me. I'm your plastic pal who's fun to be with.
Martin Bisi, Let It Fall. Sophia Quinn, Anyway.
But could you let me? Could you love me anyway? Kiss it better. Take my pain away. 'Cause I've been through some bad shit, but I wanna get past it. I roll when things fall into place. But could you let me? Could you love me anyway? I can't tell you how I feel, 'cause saying it would make it real.
And finally, Zebra Dimension.
And I don't wanna see you in the dark. There's no point in you with no
So there you go. That's this week's Sound Karma Song Spotlight. Don't forget to subscribe to the Sound Karma Song Spotlight podcast on iTunes or Stitcher, SoundCloud, iHeart, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. If you have any submissions for artists or songs you'd like us to highlight, let us know. Submissions are always welcome. Just contact us on the submissions page at soundkarma.com. It's Karma with an H. We think all music should be heard. Sound Karma. All music, all artists, all the time. Thanks for listening. I'm Big Zach. Over and out.